Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're doing good. Wanted to hop on here and make a quick video and let you guys know how I'm doing. Last week, I posted a video letting you guys know I was going through a flare and just wanted to give you guys an update. So I'm still not 100%, but I am feeling a lot better. I haven't had really any head pain the last couple of days. Really all I'm left with is really tight kind of neck and shoulders and then dizziness. I'm still pretty dizzy, but even that started to get a little better. I'm also pretty fatigued as well. But you know, I've been here before and I know that I can get through this. And so I'm encouraged. I've really, made it a point to just kind of rest and recover this last week. I probably slept more than I have in a long time and have been eating good and really just cut out anything that could be harmful and really trying to treat my body with respect and love so that I can get back to the place that I need to be and get through this flare quick. So yeah, I'm happy to report that. I would say I'm 65, 70% out of the woods. The main symptom is the dizziness, and there's a tendency in me to kind of freak out about dizziness because it's been a really anxiety-provoking system on the in the past. It's been a really anxiety-provoking symptom in the past, and I'm proud of how I've handled it this time. Basically, kind of taking a stoic approach. I can't control the fact that I'm dizzy right now, but what I can control is how I respond to it. And so I've watched a couple of videos from somebody on YouTube called The Steady Coach, who I highly recommend if you deal with any dizziness issues. And basically, it's just reminded me of like hyper-focusing on these symptoms is just going to reinforce to your brain that this is something you need to be fearful of, so you don't need to do that. And she has a free course that I'm going to work through because dizziness has always kind of been something that I've struggled with. So I'm really looking forward to that and looking forward to kind of making my way through this and getting back to where I was before this flare. A couple things that I learned during this flare that I just wanted to share with you guys, and I'll make it quick, is the first is I want to figure out how to prevent these things from happening. I know it's like, duh, Adam, we all want to do that. And, I understand too, we can't always do that. But in my case, I very much feel like this was brought on from some prolonged stress. There's an interesting effect that an interesting dynamic that I've been experiencing where in the last year, I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm able to do all this stuff again. I'm going to push really hard. And so like, I've really pushed the limits, and at times I've been like, holy crap, I can't believe like I just, did this and this and this and I'm good. And basically I think, 2 weeks ago, my body just gave out. I'd had a 12-hour event for work that was outdoors. The weekend before that, I had a gig that I provided all the sound for and a rehearsal the same morning, and I had to learn all the songs the week before, and somebody gave me free tickets to a concert, and so I went to a concert, and then I was dealing with a couple really stressful work situations. So it was just one thing after another, and I think my body just said, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. I also think that I'd kind of numbed out a little bit and hadn't been tuned into my body in the way that I wish I would have been. So one thing I'm trying to figure out is, how do I build these practices into my life so that I'm tuned into my body and I can kind of mitigate these crashes. I can kind of stop them before they happen. Because I think this is kind of a cyclical pattern for me, and it's something that I really want to get better at. So I've really dove into rest and recovery this last week, and thankfully it's been high impact recovery. Like, I'm seeing results pretty quick. But the question I'm asking myself is, how do I not just go back to what I was doing, and how do I stay in this place and take what I'm learning with me? I grew up in a Christian home, and we would go to a Christian summer camp, and they would always talk about the mountaintop experience. You go, you have this amazing summer camp experience, the spiritual experience, and then you come back home and you forget about it. I'm basically saying the same thing here. I don't want to have a mountaintop experience. I don't want to, heal and do all these rest and recovering activities and then just go back to where I was. I understand that in order to not get here again, I'm going to have to make some changes. Another thing that I've kind of taken out of this time is I'm really thankful that I document my life, and I would encourage you to do so in some way, shape, or form. And here's what I mean by that is I record these YouTube videos occasionally, but I also sometimes will just sit in front of a camera and talk, or open up a voice memo and talk. And during this process, I've been able to go back to some of those things and see where I was and see where I got to. And it's provided a lot of strength and hope for me. And so document your life. I think that in challenging times, it's good to have kind of that documentation of other hard times that you've gone through to fall back on. And one thing that I'm going to do in a couple of days is it's kind of the reverse of that, but I have a plan to make a video, and it's going to be like, Adam, this is where you're at right now. You don't want to get here again. Here's the things you need to do. Watch this once a month. So I'm thankful for kind of where I'm at. I want to keep this video short. I'm thankful for where I'm headed. I'm still not 100%. And I still feel, I didn't mention, I still feel a lot of fatigue too. But I had a good day today. And I like my trajectory. I'm not out of the flare. I could see myself, I don't want to put numbers on it, but I don't think I'm going to wake up tomorrow and be 100%. I think there's more work to be done, but I'm encouraged by the trajectory. So if you're going through a hard time right now, hang in there. You'll get through it. Remember, for those of you guys that haven't seen my videos, if you're watching this for the first time, I've gotten through this before, and my life's amazing. I'm just at a bump in the road right now. And there were times in the past where I felt like I was never going to heal, and I did. And so I think healing is very, very obtainable for people who deal with things like vestibular migraine. So so that's it. Have a great day, everyone. I also wanted to mention too, I have an Instagram account. It's Adam Reed Wilson Co. And if you want to follow me there, I post videos there every now and then too. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.